As we deal with the cost of living crisis, the trade union strikes continue. But what is the truth about the teaching unions? Okay, so when it comes to the cost of living crisis, we know that a lot of working class people, both in the public sector and the private sector, are struggling. Many in the private sector can't go on strikes. And the last few days, we've had many from different sectors in the public sector going on strikes, even civil servants who are already working from home going on strike. So that's fascinating. But let's talk about the general problem, because it's not really about just the workers. This issue has been created. It's not a new thing. It's not really a Tory government thing. The problem we have is that successive governments, left-wing economists, and trade unions, all the people with their invested interests, have created this environment in the West, and they wonder why we're in this mess. There are people who spend months and months asking for more lockdowns. There are people who said we need to print more money to solve our problems. There are people who didn't allow small businesses to grow. Now they're wondering why we're in this mess and we can't afford to pay to give the pay rises that the trade unions are asking for. So that's the reality of it. Now, when it comes to the teaching unions, we have a clip from yesterday, a couple of days ago, of the protest. I think this is what they call a protest. I'm not sure.
We are the We are the
Yeah, okay, so don't know why dance? I don't get it. Okay, let's have fun. Let's a day out. But let's talk about this, because thousands of schools have been closed because of this, and but teachers didn't actually turn up to the picket line, to picket duties outside schools. So that was fascinating. I'm not really sure what happened. So everyone stayed at home, I guess, or went to London for a day out. But the problem in this country, especially in England, is not necessarily pay. Of course, as we said, we already covered the issue that we have with the cost of living crisis, and that's an inflation problem. The problem is deeper when it comes to education. Somebody needs to address it. The political left are obsessed with their own agenda. The political right and the government, they don't even know what they're doing. And now the problem is we have to talk about this, because when it comes to actual pay, let's talk about the truth. There are issues that's not just about pay. It's about workload. It's about the infrastructure and the foundation of standards, education standards. But it's not really always just about pay. OECD confirmed that the average pay for primary school teachers in England is over £44,000. And the OECD, overall OECD, average is £39,000. The European Union is also £39,000. Italy, £32,000. France, £32,000. Finland, £37,000. Even when it comes to secondary school teachers, England is still higher than EU and OECD, £44,000. The EU is again $43,000, and as well as the OECD countries. So again, not to say that, everything is perfect in England now and all the teachers are making so much money and leave them alone. No, it's not that. We know there's still a problem overall, but it's not really just about pay. But when you're listening to the trade union leaders, who they do it with flying the flag of Karl Marx and Lenin, and say, well, what's the best and easiest selling point that we could tell the public and the media? They make it black and white. They make it about factory bosses and workers. It's like it's back in the 19th century all over again. But that's not really true. And the people who say we care about kids, and then they complain saying we need to give kids, all kids, even posh kids and all the rich kids, free school meals. Well, are they going to be addressing the real problem here as well? So free school meals, and many schools have tried to maintain it during the strikes. So they said if you live nearby, you can still come during lunchtime to pick up your free school meals. But because these are the people who've been claiming that the state must feed people's children. 2 million kids are now on free school meals, and the left claim that schools must feed kids. But thousands of schools have now closed, and some of the families don't have access to that school to pick up the free school meals. Where's the outrage there? And all these kids, some of those kids couldn't have access to free school meal on those days. Where is the outrage? Is anybody going to show their left-wing compassion that, well, there are kids who are hungry on that day? No, because that's not a priority. And this is the biggest scandal that we have. We need to create a proper debate about this, and actual a balanced debate, rather than just defending the idiotic government or just believing whatever the trade unions tell you. It shouldn't be like that. But that's why this channel exists, to bring some sort of sanity and objectivity into the debate. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. And if you have any of your own personal experiences, if you're a teacher, if you're a parent, and whether if you're a school child yourself or whatever, GCSEs or A levels, let me know what you think. I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.